everybody is using data. For example, there are multiple websites which is giving you the course of this pandemic. There is one website that I check personally, that is the COVID-19india.org. They have data from the beginning of this pandemic. If I am not mistaken, I think their data starts from January, and that's how you get to know that 30th January, the first COVID case happened in India, that too in Kerala. Every day and many time points within the day, almost continuously, they try to update their website. It is a crowdsourced organization, and you can go there to see how it is progressing. Now, what is actionable in this fight against COVID-19? Of course, one action is to understand how this pandemic is progressing. When shall we reach the peak, and when shall we start going down, going back to the plateau? There are other sources. Johns Hopkins source is one. There is another source called Worldometer. If you go to those sites, you will see they have data. WHO sites also, they have data on all the other countries. Now, what will be actionable insight with, let's say, US data, Brazil data, some of the European data, and Indian data? If you put all these data side by side, you will see that most of the European countries, UK is one, Italy, Spain, France, Germany, of course, they started early, much earlier than when we started, and they are past their highest peak. They have come down and reached a low volume. Now, actionable insight from that for us will be to project when we can understand when shall we reach the peak, and for how long shall we stay there before we can see a perceptible downward trend. So this is going to be the insight. We will not be able to stop the pandemic. What is actionable for us? Of course, the number of ventilators, to prepare more and more hospitals, both government and private hospitals, for COVID patients, at the same time to ask them not to turn away other patients. When can we think of going back to quote unquote normal, even though what's going to be normal after this pandemic is a very big question mark. So this is the data is being collected. Through that data, we know what is going to be the pressure on our healthcare system. And the data was there when the migratory workers started going back to their villages and towns. The data was staring at your face. So, what we are seeing today, when we went into lockdown, the number of new cases was 100, and at the end of the lockdown, the number of new cases is past 1200. The data was there. Unfortunately, the tools were not applied to understand what information it was hiding inside. The short answer to your question will be depending on what business the startups are looking at. Everybody has suffered. Everybody. You cannot name anybody who has not suffered. Depending on how the startups can use the information that is there. For example, if you want to produce ventilators, and I think there are some startups who have who are in the process of producing low cost ventilators. Those startups will do well. But if you go for something else which only in a normal time people can think of buying, that startups probably will not do very well. My favorite tool is R. Okay. Since I come from a statistics background, Tableau was not available, Python was not available when I started applying these tools. But um, Tableau is a very, very powerful tool for visualization and data visualization. Data visualization itself is a very good analytics tool. Just by being innovative and by looking at the data, you can understand many things that are in the data. Um, and there are many others. SQL is very good, very powerful for maintaining database. So are many other tools. So it will all depend on who you are, where is your comfort level, and what you can do best.